Okay, I'm going to be debunking in this video some things that's being put out about the missing baby Emmanuel Harrell. Parents are Rebecca Harrell and Jake Harrell. So there are some things that just straight up false videos being put out. And I believe the reason they're putting them out is just because they just want to hop on the money train and basically get clicks and views. And true crime is just basically this huge $1 billion industry. And so I'm just going to pull the chicken from the bone, so to speak, and just try to debunk some of the stuff that is out there. And I'm going to show you the original video of the Blackeye, and I'm going to show you an edited version of the Blackeye, and they're two different media sources. Yes, I believe that some of the media sources have edited the video and of her Blackeye. And now, regardless of the Blackeye, is really just a red herring, because she could have still hit herself, or he could have hit her to feign an injury and the whole falling on the ground. They could have planned a whole scene because something happened to the baby, or they did something to the baby. And to judge myself, to be accountable to God, it is easy to judge somebody like him who has a past of committing egregious injuries to a baby, a 10-week-old baby. Horrible, life-altering injuries to a 10-week-old baby. It's so easy to say, oh yeah, he's guilty, and she's covering up. It's so easy to do that. And to look at a Blackeye that is darker than what it actually was, based on the videos I'm getting ready to show you, it's easy to say they're guilty. But that's not how our system works. That's not how we're supposed to be before God. We're supposed to hear all matters. And certainly don't attach onto things that people do things for clicks and views, because it's such a competing thing, the social media thing, and it's everybody wants the clicks and views and the money that they can get off those clicks and views. It's really gross. And what it's doing is hurting the case. But the matter of the fact is, okay, they may have done something to this baby, but I'm not going to call them guilty until all the evidence comes out. But I'm going to show you, this is a video on Facebook and circulating on the internet. Look at the date. This is somebody who's alleging that they're related to her, and this is a funeral that took place. They're claiming she had a black eye. This is not true. She doesn't have a black eye. And first of all, look at the date, August 5th. The problem with this date is that she said what happened on August 14th. They called the police on August 14th. This is what the story is, that on August 14th at 7 p.m. she was assaulted in a parking lot while she was trying to change her baby's diaper in the back of their vehicle before they went in the store. And somebody came up to her and said, hello, hola, is what they said specifically. And then next thing she knows, she's getting up off the ground because she was assaulted and her baby's gone. She said she passed out. Okay, this is the story. And so people are looking at the video of her with a very dark black eye, and I'm guilty of that also, saying there's no way. There's no way that you're going to get that instant. So then I got to think, wait a minute, what did she actually look like the hour that she claimed that it happened? At 7 p.m. on August 14th, what did she look like then? Where's the video of that? So that's when I started looking for the original videos. This one here, even if they say, oh, well, I had the date wrong, it was August 15th. Okay, the problem is that you're claiming that this was the day before, so that would make it August 14th. And that's the day that she claimed it happened. And they're saying this is the day before. So either way they spin this video, it's fake. It's false. And she would not, if this had happened on August 5th and then she claims 9 days later, then you know what I mean? If it would have already been, her bruise would have looked completely different. So, and here's the thing about the black eye. If she could have got it like literally in the moment that they claimed it, and it was just done for a hoax. So I'm just trying to pull the chicken from the bones. Now I'm going to show you. This is what dailymail.uk.co.uk. This is their presentation. Notice this microphone right here is KTLL. So basically they're just spinning off of somebody else's story. Notice this shirt right here. This video, this picture, was from August 15th. So from what I can find on the internet, the first day that she spoke to the media was the day after. So I looked at the video and the time that she's reporting, which is here. This was reported on August 17th, and they're claiming the story was from the 15th. That's the first time, okay, that they went. See, look. Right here, this is the video, August 15th, 2025. Look at the coloration of that. That's where people are like, what the heck? This doesn't happen in the same day. So keep in mind, the video that she did talking to the media was the day after the incident allegedly occurred. So she would have some bruising by then. So people saying, well, it's the first video is not from the same day. So that's important to note. But this video right here is very alarming because of this is there. And look, this video, she's wearing the same shirt. This video was taken this is the actual day of the first time she spoke to the media. So why is there such a difference between the coloring? Look at this. This looks like the blood's just now starting to pull in. This isn't like a healing video. Like, this isn't like so many days later that it's now starting to fade, because she's done videos, multiple videos that she's been seeing, and it's darker. It does not going lighter. So this one was done, and this is what it would look like. And everybody's different when it comes to bruises, depending on your medical condition, depending on your age. So this is not a healed bruise. This is stuff just starting to come in. This is the close to the time of the incident. This is one of the original videos, and it looks different depending who's presenting it. And that's a problem. That is a problem. And I have recently done research on a case, reading autopsies. Okay. And there's a research, well, I'm going to go into it. But anyways, I had my hands on autopsies. I have the original autopsy and the proof of who purchased it. It's an actual original autopsy on the Ladybird Lake serial killer case. And one of the victims, I have autopsies. And so I took one of the autopsies that I got presented by Fox News, and then I compared it to the actual legitimate autopsy that came from the county, and the media altered the autopsy. So I know media alters things for whatever benefit that they want. Maybe they want to just spin the story in a different way, or maybe whatever. They want to be dismissive, or whatever reason that they're doing it. Maybe the feds are not wanting them to, whatever reason. But this is the original picture, guys. This is ABC 7. Okay, and if you go to this particular video and you look at the shirt that she's wearing and the date, it's the same interview, guys. So tell me why this is just now starting to pull. And again, it doesn't mean, oh my gosh, maybe she's innocent. No, I'm not going there. Because I don't believe just because there was an actual bruise just starting to pull, the day after, and it wasn't as dark as they presented it, and they're lying and they're manipulating things, it still doesn't make her innocent. She could still have just caused an injury at that time, and they just spin it in a different way. It doesn't matter. It could still have been a hoax to try to present and cover up something that happened or that they did to the baby. But I still think that despite his past and his history, okay, we still have to wait before we judge, because we are accountable to God, right? But everybody's like, but the body language, it's so obvious she's lying. And well, that might be, but sometimes people in shock, their body and their brain and their mechanisms, they don't react accordingly, or they may completely different when they're in shock than if they would normally be responding for whatever reason. Okay, I know what I feel in my heart. I feel that they did something to that baby, but I also know that God, I'm sorry if I'm thinking things about them that they may actually be innocent. I'm sorry. Okay, but I think that people, it's so dangerous what's happening to our social media and these YouTubers. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. The clickbait is horrendous. They found the baby clothes. No, I assure you, if they found his baby clothes dumped somewhere, they would have let it known. They would have arrested him. There's nowhere, anywhere in the media, nowhere, anywhere did any official or media report that they found baby clothes. It's just rumors and stuff that's being spun. And what's so sad is that the mainstream media, like Fox, what they did with that autopsy, they literally altered it. I'm going to put a link at the end of this video, and I'm telling you now, I don't monetize any of my videos when it comes to like tragedy of other people. I don't want to jump on that train. I'm like, I just don't feel comfortable with that. And this, to me, appears to be manipulation. That the police would have taken, here's the thing. The police, if she had a bruise like this, the very hour that they arrived when she's claiming her baby was kidnapped, they would have pictures of her face. The moment, I'm telling you, the police have pictures of her face the moment that they arrived on the scene when she was reporting that her baby was missing. I guarantee you they got pictures of it. They got body cams and everything else. And they know darn well that they're going to get those body cams if they was to charge them right now. And they know darn well that if they show up and she's got a bruise this dark the hour that it allegedly happened, they're going to arrest her for lying to the police, because ain't no way, boom, oh, instant bruise. It doesn't work like that. Why wouldn't they have immediately arrested him for lying to the police? Lady, you ain't going to come up and tell me you just got this bruise like half an hour ago. I'm going to arrest you for lying. Because at the very minimum, it's going to take hours to a day at least, or two, for this dark purple right here, okay, to show up. It's like, let's talk about this video, because this is as close to the time of the incident that all the videos there are of her. And this is a beginning of a bruise, guys. And you can see right here where this is probably where she was struck. Whoever struck her, whether it be herself or her husband, whatever, or the kidnapper. But there was a report of a sighting of the baby, and we don't have no idea who reported it, because I'm just like, excuse me, if somebody actually said they saw the baby, why wouldn't they be on social media like, I saw that baby, I saw that baby? Like, who reported this? Was it just somebody, it was like one of them reporting it to try to cover it up? Like, see, the baby's out there somewhere. Because that's what the lawyer's doing. He's trying to act like they're being neglectful in their duties, and they're just chasing, they're not trying to find the baby. They did call the search off. And they've been digging up holes at their home. Then you have that fire across the street. I saw the video of the couple who was fleeing the scene, and this guy was letting them have it. He's like an independent media source, and he was on Facebook, and he just happened to be driving. He was like, in the area, because they're just like watching everything. Like they're hunting and stalking the house, basically. They're like various people like trying to watch the house, right, to see if anything happens. Like when they went and took the kid out of the home, they did go and get that 2-year-old. And that could be done not because they have evidence, just to be on the safe side, because just for the simple fact of having inconsistencies, that's enough for them to go get that baby when you have a missing baby and a history that he has. That in itself is enough to go get that baby. It doesn't mean they have evidence that they've actually got a case here. They're just protecting that little one, because they are already under scrutiny, because they got a dude who caused life-altering damages to a baby, a 10-week-old baby, and got a 72-month suspended sentence. People are already mad. So yeah, you best believe they went and got that baby out of that home, because they're already in hot water, because people are going, what? Oh, the outrage, right? So right now, that guy, he goes on there and he's chasing them. This couple set a fire, and they're caught red-handed across the house from these people. And he's like, they just started a fire. And it ended up engulfing the house. Now, the chief, he talked to that same media person later and said that they were able to, like, save the house or whatever. And, but the structure, it was a scary looking fire. And it was amazing that the fire workers did a great job putting that out with all that wind, the amount of wind that was there. It was a miracle that they were able to put it out with minimal damage. But the structure that they caught on fire is just toast. So why is it across the street? Did somebody run over there and destroy some evidence because they know they're going to come to the house? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not related whatsoever. Okay. But they've had cadaver dogs on the property. They've been digging and stuff like that. So the fact they're digging is like, did a dog alert? Did an alert happen? Because they've already said they're not going to reveal all that. They're going to keep that close to their chest. Good for them. Good for them. High five to y'all, because that's what needs to be done. Like, seriously, keep that close to hand, right? Because a lot of times, sometimes people slip up and they say things that wasn't known to the world because they kept it close to hand. And that's how they should do when they're doing investigations, right? So this couple that was running from the scene was a Latino man and a white woman. From the back, it looked like this couple. You couldn't hardly really tell, though, from a distance, but he was like yelling at them, like, why'd you start that fire? Why'd you start that fire? And they didn't deny it. They just kept on walking. This couple that from the distance, from the back, looked like it could have been them, is not saying a word and making sure they don't show their face, and they just keep on trucking, right? And so, but the interesting thing was the guy on the scene said that one of those officers said they know who that person was. He showed him the video, and he said he knows who they were, and there's going to be arrest imminent. But then there wasn't. And then they're being dismissive of that fire that just happened to take place across the street from that house. I'm like, okay, they need to get cadaver dogs over there. So anybody that's got cadaver dogs, maybe somebody can pay that property owner or ask for permission from the property owner to go in there, since they're not going to, and or maybe they are, and they just don't want to announce it because people would be like storming the block, like, oh, they're fixing to go find. I mean, that's really what's happening too. So in fairness, they may actually be investigating that, but they have announced officially, the sheriff department announced officially today, that they're not related. Okay, and I personally called the Bakersfield Police and the Kern County Sheriff Department, and no, they're not. They have their own, and so no. If they are going to search that property where the fire was, they darn sure don't want the world to know about it. They want them to think that it wasn't related, because if they do go over there with the dogs, they don't want a bunch of people out there. And that darn well, oh yeah, we think it might be related. We're going to have the cadaver dogs out there soon. Oh, you all know what's going to happen, right? So, I get them. I get them if they're just lying about that and saying it's not related. But I'm concerned if they really don't think it's related. I'm just like, dude, the couple that's fleeing the scene, they just happen. What's the chances just happen to look like this couple from the rear, from a distance? Oh my gosh, go look at that video, man. But anyways, in fairness to this woman, just in case she didn't cause this injury to herself, I'm just like, y'all stop. This was the original video, and this looks consistent that an injury just happened, like within 24 hours. This is appropriate. This is what a beginning bruise would look like the day after, less than 24 hours later. This is what it would look like, guys. So I don't, but it still doesn't make her innocent. She could have did it to herself, or he could have did it to her. Somebody hit her, right? Anyways, but yeah, what do you guys think? Does this bruise not look like the beginning bruise? Okay, why? And when you look at this particular interview, okay, let me fast forward right here. Dang it. I'm trying to get, there it is. Okay, look at this shirt. Look at what this bruise looks like. It's very light. It's just now appearing. Look at the shirt. Either she wore that same exact shirt the next day. I mean, this is the first day she did interviews, guys, and look at the shirt. Now I'm going to show you what they did to this video. Look at that. That's not the same. Somebody altered that. For clicks, like, let's make this juicy. We got to make that bruise darker to make it no more or less believable. This doesn't even, like, that's totally photoshopped, guys. That's the same shirt. This is totally photoshopped. You don't think the media would do that? Okay, if y'all don't think that the media alters stuff that involves true crime or suspicious situations that could be true crime, yeah, okay, that's one thing got yourself thinking, because this is an autopsy that was actually obtained by the county. This was an actual autopsy somebody purchased. They had to go to the county and pay for. This is the autopsy right here that the media put out, and it is completely edited. They added stuff and took out stuff to spin their own story. So yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that somebody altered this video to make her, because it's like, okay, you are gonna get more responses and clicks and views when you make that bruise look not believable, and then you release his history. Oh yeah, they're making all kinds of money, and they don't even need to do that, because they just don't. They don't need to do that. This is an appropriate bruising stage for the day after, guys. Okay, and it's not okay for the media, just for the sake of making more money and sensationalizing it, to alter that bruise. That's not okay. And I'm so surprised that his lawyer hasn't called this out. He's probably too busy doing interviews. He's like I don't even know. You know what? I might just call him. Right? And say, look, man, why aren't you pointing out that they altered the video of her bruise? I'm like, you want to defend them? Like, they need, then this needs to be called out. It's not okay to alter the image of a bruise. It's not okay. It's not okay. That's my point. And I just want to just keep to the facts. Just keep to the facts You don't need to add things. You don't need to like, and this nonsense, this silly little video on Facebook with the date of August 5th. I mean, that's just about as stupid as that video can get, claiming that's the day before, right? Okay, let's look at the date that was reported that this happened. Just before 8 p.m. And this is when they reported on the 15th that they're continuing the search, right? So this is the day after. So it hit the media. So this is Sunday, August 17th. It's when this Eyewitness News picked this story up. But the original one was from the other one, the other source that I showed you. This one. This video that they got. This is when this video was done. It wasn't done on the 17th. Okay, that's not when this video was done. Okay, 13th. Okay. So when she first talked to the media, it was the 15th. KTLA and ABC7. So she's talking to both of them, right? So both of them could be presenting the same interview and putting their corporate name on it. This is what it looks like. Now people are like, oh, but she's got makeup on. Yeah, no. You could see in the other video in the other part that I showed you, that you could see very, very close up to what it actually looked like. And it appeared to be just pulling, because like the red part around the bruise was showing up. But it certainly isn't like what... Okay, so here's the thing. If people think that, oh, well, she was wearing makeup. Okay, well, then look at the video. When you have two different videos showing the same interview, well, she's not wearing makeup in one and she is in the other, because one of them is darker than the other. That's the point. It's the same interview, one showing darker than the other. So the makeup's not the issue. Okay. This is altered. This is straight up altered. Okay. This is not what the first video looked like. This is not what she looked like. It's much darker than what presented in the videos. So, anyways, I'm just saying, people, if you're going to be really, truly about the truth and justice, and you're not just about wanting to spin stuff, and like, do we not have enough crooked mainstream media spinning stuff, and making $billion industry out of people's tragedies? Are there not enough of that? I mean, that people have to be so cringy to like be the same that they are. Like, I'm like, I want people to see this video and share it and call those people out who are just spinning rumors for juicy, like, clickbait, basically, like claiming that they found baby clothes in a dumpster. There's nowhere, anywhere. Where's the source? Ask them, where's the source? Who quoted it? Where's the media story? Where is this? It's just rumors. Why are they acting like that big, big title? They found baby clothes in a dumpster. It's like, could you please hold them accountable for doing that? Could you just ask them, hey, where's the source you're quoting? Where's the source? All right. So the fire, like, they're dismissing that. They're saying it's not related, and I personally spoke to Bakersfield, and I think they might just be keeping things close. I hope and pray that they get over there. And the guy who said that somebody on the scene said he knew who the person was that started the fire. Yeah, I don't know about that, because all they're reporting about the fire is it wasn't related, according to the sheriff. Yes, authorities have stated that the fire at the house next to the Harrell residence is not currently believed to be related to the disappearance of the baby Manuel Harrell. And now, can't think about it. Like, I don't know, if I was a detective, I wouldn't want anybody to believe that they're onto it. Like, somebody get over there and destroy more evidence, right? Or people are going to start surrounding the neighborhood, and they already are. Okay, that I don't just... People just stalking the neighborhood, stalking their house. And then you got somebody saying, oh, they're turning away volunteers. Okay, first of all, the guy that went to the house saying, oh, I'm here to offer assistance or whatever, he wasn't there to volunteer. He was, he was like basically reporting that they're guilty. He just wanted to get on his doorstep with some lame thing so he wouldn't be accused of being a trespasser. Because the media can't, like, if they say they don't want to talk to the media, you can't just stay up on their doorstep. Right? So, no, I don't believe they chased away volunteers. Okay, the guy that went to his door claiming to be a volunteer was not a volunteer. So I'm just like, man, stop spinning stuff. Who reported seeing that baby? You know, I don't know why they can't trace the call. Like, why would somebody anonymously report that they saw that baby? Why wouldn't they be wanting to put their name to the police so they can, like, follow up with them? You know what I'm saying? Find out exactly where did they see this baby allegedly. Okay, or arrest them for falsely reporting that they saw the baby, as a part of a cover-up. See what I'm saying? I'm just like, there's more stuff that's happening, and we, the community, we don't have a right to demand all the information out front. That's the problem with the true crime society. This is like, we want them. It's not entertainment, people. This is not entertainment. This is people's lives. A baby is in harm or dead, and this is not just, you know what I mean. So there's other stuff that's going to be released in due time. And no, there's absolutely not 1 ounce of evidence that they found any baby's clothes in a dumpster. Nothing that's been reported anyways. And no volunteers showed up on Mr. Harrell's door and then was turned away. That didn't happen. And no, she didn't have a black eye on August August 5th. August 5th, guys. And claiming that was the day before. She claimed, like, August 5th is not the day before the baby was claimed to have been kidnapped. This is so stupid.